Joined by Brett Taveau, author of Unpacking Greatness, a Chiefs book you can find on Amazon. Brett, this week, the 2 3rd-and-1 plays for the Chiefs, executed them well. And so we're going to go over a few things with the details of these 2 runs. And also, potentially, I will get into a Creed Humphrey love fest here for the job he did on these 2 runs.
We could spend a lot of time on a Creed Humphrey love fest. That guy is unbelievable. So I'm all about that, man.
All right. Well, and I know you being a former coach, offensive coordinator, I know a lot of the word afterwards is like, hey, of course, Andy Reid just ran the ball up the middle. That's what they did. That's what they should have been doing the whole time. I think it's important to point out the nuances here, how, for one, it takes some execution. We'll get back to Creed Humphrey a little bit later. But for 2, the Chiefs are doing some very clever things schematically here, and it starts with a trap run on this 3rd-and-1 play at the goal line.
Of course, and if you're just watching the backfield and, watching from a macro standpoint, not paying attention to the line of scrimmage, it looks like the exact same play. But as you said, it's nuanced, it's blocked completely different, and it's a totally different play. And both of them were executed very, very well.
Yeah, let's talk about 91 here. This is going to be the trap part of the run. So what are the Chiefs doing with this guy?
So anytime you have a trap scheme, it's gonna they're gonna pull a lineman from the backside of the play, and they're gonna look to kick out, and it's used when you have a defensive line that is a good when you're expecting a penetration, a get up the field, and that's what you're gonna have here from number 91. You have highlighted his job here. He aligns in a 2-eye. And basically he's going to shoot up the field in the B gap and try to disrupt and get a tackle for loss and keep the Chiefs out of the end zone on third and goal here.
Yeah, and real quick, 2-eye just means between Creed and right on the inside eye of the right guard there, Trey Smith. So watch what happens with him and how he thinks he's about to get a big TFL, and that's not how the Chiefs are going to let him do this.
Right. So he plays a perfect technique here for what the Chiefs want. He's upfield, he's high, does a little bit of a swim move. And then you got, the all-pro guard coming on a trap block and has a great angle on him and does a good job of kicking him out here.
And then talk about 3 number 5 right here. This is the guy who potentially has a chance to make a play, but not able to do it. A little bit hesitant on this play.
Yeah, so, he has a opportunity here to fit on the front side window and make a play here, but he hesitates a little bit. There's a little bit of space backside. Perhaps he's looking fit there, but obviously if he shoots that space right there, then he's probably able to at least make contact. Maybe Pacheco gets in, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But that was important that he did hesitate.
Chiefs push him in from there. So let's start the Creed Humphrey love fest here. We're going to zoom in on him for this play, Brett, and talk me through this particular block and how difficult it is for him. I think you called it a choke block earlier.
Yeah, it's my coach called it a choke block. Some refer to it as a back block. You're just blocking back. So obviously Tooney's going to pull. So you've got to secure that A gap because Tooney's leaving. So he's going to back block here. He's got a good angle. And then, he has a really good base here. Keeps his feet moving. And that's, it's a big dude he's blocking, a big, strong guy there. I think that 95, I think it was that 95, 96. I think that's John Jenkins there. I looked him up. He's about 330 because I just, because he's going to block him on this next play. We're going to watch too, a little bit different technique, but he's just so good, at technique and strength and just has the whole package. Blocks back there on John Jenkins and is able to really secure that A gap. So Pacheco's able to get inside that trap block and get downhill.
I see the wrestling background here. Like you said, the leverage, getting low man wins, and able to hold that guy off right there. Otherwise, this play blows up. So a lot of the short yardage run success, go back to Creed Humphrey, that guy right in the middle who has played pretty good football for the Chiefs.
He's got that Oklahoma farm boy strength with good technique, and you got something pretty special.
That's exactly it. 3rd and 1 later in the game. Again, this is not a trap block. This is inside zone. And we're going to highlight a few things on here. This is the possession where Donovan Smith on the left tackle was out for a period. So you got Wanye Morrison on the left side. So we're going to highlight him and Joe Tooney to start off with and what they're able to do here on the front side of the play.
Yeah, so on this play here, everybody's going to block their gap to their left. And that's what you have in a zone scheme. Whereas on the previous play, on the trap scheme, you have different blockers people are blocking different gaps. One guy pulling, most of them are blocking towards the pulling lineman, but completely different scheme up front. The trap block or trap scheme is designed to get angles. This is more, this is a different play here. So everybody's blocking to their left. And what you have are 2 double teams here on number 90 and number 9. And both of those are able to get good movement, which we'll highlight. I don't want to get ahead of things here, but completely different play that may look the same if you're just watching and not paying attention to the line of scrimmage, but obviously different execution up front.
So talk me through the spotlights here, by the way, that they're going against Tyree Wilson, top 10 pick from this year.
Yeah, so Tyree goes for a little bit of a ride here, as we're going to see. You have a true double team here. Their job is to basically create vertical displacement or movement on the line of scrimmage with inside zone. Where outside zone, you're looking for more horizontal displacement. Inside zone, you're looking for vertical displacement. And basically, Tooney's job here is if anybody threatens the B gap, which ends up becoming number 25 here, he's going to get movement and then work off of him and pick up that B gap threat.
Starts about the 40, ends about the 37 before Wanya Morris throws him to the ground and then lands on him. So
yeah,
pretty good job.
He's like,
there.
I think Tyree wants to say, hey, give me my 3rd and 7 and let me take an edge and rush the passer after this one. You know, it's about 600 pounds on him and taking him for a ride.
Let's get to the next one on the right side. Let's go with Trey Smith and Jawan Taylor. What do you see from them on this play?
Yeah, so this ends up being another good double team here. They're obviously working a backside double team instead of front side here, but number 90 is aligned in that same 2-eye technique that we highlighted last play there. Just a good job of by Taylor getting hands on that, the 2-eye, if you're aligned at that tackle spot. And although he does play kind of B gap a little bit more, doesn't play that A gap so much, but good job getting 4 hands on him and creating that movement. And then real quick, I know I didn't, when we spoke earlier, I didn't highlight this, but Travis Kelce's job here is to keep Max Crosby out of this play. And he does a good job with what's called a backside cutoff. Don't want to take away from what's being highlighted, but he does a good job. And you could probably question Crosby's effort a little bit out. He didn't look like he, quite sold out there. I know he's playing a little bit injured, but that's an important part of this block, because if you give up penetration on that backside, he can shoot in and make a play there.
Again, you got a guy on the ground. You get a guy on the ground, it's going to be tough for him to make a play, especially on a 3rd and 1. All right, and back from a connection issue because the computer knew exactly what was coming. I'm going to highlight Creed Humphrey here. You can't delay the inevitable, guys. I'm going to highlight Creed Humphrey. Talk us through this block and what he does on this play, Brett.
This is, without a doubt, the hardest block on this play. And really his job on 3rd and 1 here, being a single block, is don't allow penetration. That's the only way this play gets blown up. If you're at least able to get a stalemate on the line of scrimmage, you're able to pick up this 3rd and 1. So he's single blocks here. John Jenkins, 327 pounds. Like I said, looked him up earlier because I was just curious. How much weight I think Creed listed at 302. So giving up about 25 pounds, and he gets a stalemate, and that's all that's needed. And he makes it look easy, but that is an extremely hard block. Like I said, he's single blocking this shade nose here who's running his feet, and he's at least able to, get a stalemate there on the line of scrimmage, which allows Pacheco to, press the butt of the center and get that ball in the A gap for a 1st down.
And real quick, I know you said that Pacheco did a good job of following Creed's butt, because right here he makes 59 go to the inside rather than letting him fit the hole. That allows him to have that opening on the outside. But going back to Creed, I know we talk about so much about leverage. This guy is on his outside. So to be able, like you said, to get the stalemate to his outside shoulder, and also Isiah Pacheco runs to his outside shoulder. So this is pretty good from Creed to be able to open up this hole. And I dare to say it, I would say that he probably was the key to opening up both of these holes for the Chiefs on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and neither one of them are highlight reel blocks. They're not pancakes, anything like that, but they're just really difficult blocks. This one much more than the choke. The choke you got a good angle on, 45-degree angle, back block. But this one, just being that you're in a single block on inside zone against a really, really strong nose. Just as you said, he's just playing at a ridiculous level right now.
Well, the Chiefs, we know 3rd and 1 has been a problem for them, but 2 instances here where the guys did really well on the interior. And again, one guy leading the way under center. When he plays at this level, it seems like the Chiefs offense can take another level.
Yeah, and a couple of things about these schemes here. It's who they are. They're still in they're a shotgun team. the first one not necessarily a spread set, but you've got your 11 personnel on the field. When they get in, these transparent personnel groups, they're under center, they're doing things like that. I think that's not necessarily who they are. That's more just a package. So I think you're still able to lean on those interior three, Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, and Joe Tooney in these inside zone and trap schemes, and still kind of stay true to who you are from a personnel and formation standpoint, and get those downhill runs and pick up those third and shorts.
Real quick thing statistically on 3rd and 1, it's better to run shotgun runs than under center runs. Just wanted to get out there. The nerdy guy wants to be able to tell everybody that, but like you said, the Chiefs staying true to who they are, and these shotgun runs obviously worked. Nobody talks about them when they work. They only talk about them when they don't, but the Chiefs, like you said, staying true to their offense and getting it done here against the Raiders in short yard situations, a big key to the 31-17 victory on Sunday. That's going to be it for the details. For Brett, this is Jesse. Be sure to tune in for another episode next week.